I am live, I think. Yes, I am. All right. Shalom, shalom, family. This I'm in the YouTube studio, which I haven't used in a couple of years now, at least a couple of years. So anyhow, I told you I wasn't going to keep you every time I come before you. I'm going to try to do a real quick and budget friendly video so that oh, look at you, Pamela showed up. Shalom, Pamela. It's good to see you. This is like, let me close this. Okay. This is like brand new all over again for me. Doing the videos here on this channel because I'm kind of starting from scratch, if you will. Oh, McMoney is there. Good to see you guys. So good to see you. All right, family. So real quick, like I said, on this channel, and excuse the mess behind me. I told you I'm working today, trying to get through some of this stuff. Anyhow, this live here is going to be talking about prepping with youngins. I didn't want to use the word kids because it's not really made for kids, and I didn't want YouTube to view me in a different way because I'm doing it this way. So what I did was I've got a few things that are in front of me. So let's say that you are prepping and you have to shelter in place and you have youngins, you have kids, right? What do you do with the kids? um, it's already a difficult situation. Let's say you lose electricity, or let's say that you have to shelter in place, and let's say you have electricity, but let's say that what is it called when oh, I can't think of what it's called, where um, folks are martial law. It come to me. Let's say you're dealing with something like martial law, where you have to stay in the house. You have to operate from your homestead, if you will. Again, one of the ways that we talk about it or look at it is to be sheltered, to shelter in place. You've got little ones. Um, you've got uh, little toddlers. They get busy. You don't want to alert them. You don't want them to be, uh, in the midst of fear or anything like that. So you want to kind of try to keep them busy, right? So on the cheap, if you have to shelter in place with little kids, there's some things that you can do. You can buy. You probably already have some of these in your house if you have kids, but I'm going to show you. I have grandkids and great grandkids, so I don't really have kids in my house per se. So I don't have a whole lot of things that would keep them occupied. One of the things that you can do is you can hit the Dollar Tree, because that's what you want to do, is to keep their minds on something else for the most part. You don't want to keep it a secret what you're dealing with, but at the same time, you don't want them to be fearful. So you want to be able uh, to cater to the little ones so that they're not so fearful. So what did I do? I went over again to do this on a budget, family. That's right, Pamela. You design small chores that they're able to. Can I share that? Let me see. See, I'm so used to being able to share or highlight something that somebody says. I can't highlight it on my screen. I'm so used to the other using the other one. Shalom, sheeple. It's good to see you. So anyhow, I was going to highlight what Pamela said. Pamela said, designate small chores, give them games to play, word puzzle, hide and seek. Absolutely. So here's what I did. I went over to the Dollar Tree. Okay, family. I know there's a whole bunch of mess behind me. Don't let that distract you. But I went over to the Dollar Tree, and the Dollar Tree has these things. So let me pull them out. For $1.25, you cannot go too far wrong. Everybody's heard of Monopoly. Monopoly. So these are for the kids that are a little bit on the older side, that can follow directions and stuff like that. $1.25 for a game like this. So you can go over. I got shoots and ladders for the ones that are a little bit younger. So this says age 6 and plus. This one here, the Monopoly one, Says a little older, age 8 plus. And then this one here, sorry, age 6 plus. I just picked up a few of them for $1.25. One other one. And this one here is age 6 plus, Candyland. So in the event, and these are like little board games for the kids, keep them busy. If you have access and you still have electricity or you have a light source, you can also give them books. Buy little books for them to read. You can get those at a thrift store. So we're talking about prepping and being ready for an emergency situation where you have to shelter in place. You're at home. Many of you probably have the bigger board games, but if you don't and you're trying to do things on the cheap, the Dollar Tree has a lot of resources. They have coloring books, they have crayons, they have markers, they have anything that you need on the cheap to keep your children occupied. They have cards. You could, they've got the cards that are for, teaching alphabet or numbers. They've got all kinds of cards there. The Dollar Tree is if you're on a budget, a true bit budget, and you need a source where you can get things for your youngins, for your kids to keep them busy. I think I bought this over there too. Don't quote me on it. I think this one I got from there. This is a bingo game. Who doesn't love to play bingo? I think I did get this over at the Dollar Tree. So $1.25 for this little gadget, little bingo thing. It's got the little bingo ball that you turn all the numbers around in, and it got all the numbers. You can take them off this little card, this plastic card. You got the numbers, and you can play bingo with the kids. But these are things, and I like what Pamela had to say. Pamela said, give them small chores that they can complete to keep them busy so that they're not fearful. So this is just, and like I said, real quick tips and hints that you can do on a budget. You may already even have some of the resources that you can use. So if you're thinking prepping, you need to have a um, what's one of the what is that thing called? Um, Freeze dryer. One of those very expensive things. I don't have a freeze dryer. I have a dehydrator, but I don't have a freeze dryer. They're fairly expensive. Not everything about prepping has to be expensive. Not everything about prepping has to be expensive. I've got so many things that I'll come, like I said, once a week, I'll try to get over here and just bring you just different items. I'm going to give you a bonus today. Do you know how to knit or crochet? Because if you know how to knit or crochet, you don't have to worry about going to the store to buy towels. Or you can buy them from me if you want to, but you don't have to. If you know how to knit and crochet, these are here because people order them from me. This is my scrubby. This is probably, I'm going to tell you, family, if you can knit or crochet, um, get the scrubby yarn and mix it with cotton yarn. That's what I did. That's all this is. And crochet or knit yourself some washcloths. This goes for the kitchen or even your own personal use. They're the best ever towels in the world. Once you start using these things, you don't want to use anything else. I'm just going to tell you. I'm giving you a heads up. Once you use these towels, you don't want to use anything else. These are my scrubbies, and I have them on my website. But if you can do this, if you are skillful and you can make these towels, make them and stop buying towels from the store. Unless you're going to get them from me. All right. So that's your bonus for today. That's your bonus. That's it. So family, uh, what do we say? What are we saying out here? And then I'm not going to keep it because this is the one, this is the channel that we are going to be quick and to the point for the most part. But let me see what you guys are saying. So I'm the today we focused on the youngins just to keep them occupied. We haven't even addressed the types of snacks or foods or meals that you can take away with you if you need to be on the road for kids. This is just on the surface of activities, things that you can buy on the cheap. Bingo game, the Candyland, the sorry game, the Monopoly game, shoots and ladders, and I'm sure they had others. You can get card games and all kinds of things, educational type toys, educational type cards. All of those things to keep your kids occupied. And as Pamela said, give them small chores. If you are sheltering in place, you need to have things, activities for them to play, to keep their minds off of the heavy duty stuff that the adults should be focused on. All right, so that was it in a nutshell from me, but let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, you're like me. Old McMoney says, I don't have little kids anymore, but I have coloring books and crayons and puzzles and board games, arts and crafts. Absolutely. I do too, because I don't really have them here, um, little ones anymore. My grandkids and great grandkids and things like that. Shalom, shalom, everyone who came over to the channel to sit with us today. Sheepu said, I played the game Trouble with my oldest yesterday. We had a blast. Absolutely. You can make it fun. You can make it fun. If you have a tent, you can set up a tent and let the kids, help you to put it together. You can do all kinds of fun things with them to get their minds off of what you're lacking. So if you don't have electricity, you can find ways that you can operate with flashlights. You can play games, using the flashlights. There are many ways that we can accommodate little ones in a way that won't break the bank, right? Pamela says, my granddaughter helped me make homemade ginger ale soda. It had raspberries and others. One had blackberries and one had granite, and they enjoyed it because it was soda to them. All right. Do you have one of those machines that help that make soda? And if you do, give us information on it because I would like to look into that. And then Miriam Yah of Bethany, shalom, shalom, beautiful again, says, I make fake snow. You use baking soda and suave white conditioner. All right. And you put it in a Dollar Tree container in the winter. Okay. Okay. Pamela says she loves to crochet. Pamela, this is such a simple pattern that I make. It is the perfect cloth. I'm not saying it just because I make it, but it's the perfect cloth for my hands when it comes to either washing dishes or washing my face. It's the perfect weight because it's double ply, so it uses a cotton yarn, and it also uses what they call a scrubby type of yarn, and those two together gives it a the perfect weight, and um it's got texture to it, but it's not abrasive, if you will. Okay, it's the perfect. I'm telling you, once you use this towel, and if you can crochet it yourself, Pamela, do it. Okay, but once you use this towel, you won't want any other. I'm telling you, family. So you got to get your towel. I do have them on my website again. But if you can crochet, when we talk about prepping, we talk about survival. Family, you need to have different types of skills. If you don't know how to do something, learn. Learn a new skill if you can. Okay, and crocheting and knitting is one of those skills that will come in handy. If you're ever cold, if you know how to crochet, if you know how to knit, you can make a blanket. And that's one of the things, that one of the preps I'm going to come before you with in the future too, is something as simple as a blanket and what you can do with it. Anyhow, I'm getting ahead of myself. So anyhow, what else? You know what? I looked at him. That's how I know they're expensive. Old McMoney says when I was whining about not affording a freeze dryer, I had to ask myself why I don't need food to last 25 years if I'm rotating foods out. Okay. So I kind of did the same thing, sweetie. I kind of did the same thing and looked at the freeze dryers and looked at the pricing and said, I tried to weigh out, is it worth it? And for me, it wasn't. Excuse me, I have a dehydrator. It doesn't operate the same, but I can still dry out my food. Eggs, I've dried air dehydrated eggs. You can dehydrate milk. You can dehydrate meats. You can dehydrate fruits. You can dehydrate vegetables and herbs, and so all of those things. I have, you know what I did with the dehydrator? It takes a little time, but it's well worth it. You know those are they? Is it I don't know why I'm associating the number 10 with these cans. There's a big can that you can get. I mean, when I say big, if you guys know the name of these cans, they're real big cans. They're, like this big round cans. And I don't know why I'm so associating 10 with it somehow. So I got these big cans of corn, carrots, they have potatoes, green beans, they have these big cans of vegetables, right? And I would go and get them, and I would dehydrate those vegetables. When you get done, and number 10, is that what they're called? Number 10 cans? Okay, thank you, Old McMoney. I knew it was something about the 10. So, anyways, when you get done with them, by the time you're done, I'm trying to see if I had something about the size of what it would be. And I don't have anything. By the time you get done dehydrating that can of vegetables or what have you, it turns into a little bowl about that big, a little bitty round bowl that you can, or jar that you can put a top on. So what I did was I put them in mason jars, things that you can seal the top on them. And so I've got frozen vegetables, or not frozen, I've got dehydrated vegetables. And all you have to do to reconstitute them is to add water, hot water to them, and then they kind of fluff back up. Now they won't be exactly like they were before you dehydrated them, but they're edible, and it does fluff it back up quite a bit. Okay. So that's another way to do it. Mushrooms, you can dehydrate just about anything. And a dehydrator is not that expensive. You can get a dehydrator for the most part for under $150, okay? You can. And if you're like me and even more frugal than wanting to spend that kind of money, you go to the thrift stores and see, or garage sales, and see what people are getting rid of. And people are, getting rid of things that they're going to wish they hung on to. Lots of people are doing that. So you can get a dehydrator. I got Excalibur dehydrator from a thrift store. The other one I got, which is I can't remember what is the name of that one. It's not an Excalibur, but it's another one that's pretty popular. And I got that one at Amazon. I might even have it on my list. So anyhow, uh, dehydrators work just as, to me, as good as far as preserving your food. But there are all kinds of fun things that you can do. Pamela says, no, you don't need a machine. It's actually just use it's carbonated water. Okay, got you. Thank you. All right. So anyhow, family, we haven't even look. We've gotten on to a whole nother subject, and we're supposed to keep this short. So short and sweet. Is there anything else that you guys want to add to what I said as far as keeping the kids busy and active? Is there anything that you would like to add, or you would like for me to add to what we've said already? Just little tips, and let me know, family, what you think of this channel. Let me know what you think of doing these mini videos. Okay, you know what I would like to do? I don't know how to do it. Maybe we can talk on offline or something like that. Pamela or Old McMoney. Maybe we can do a chat offline. I would like to figure out a way that I can do these lives and include you guys, some of you guys, on the live with me. And I don't know how to do it, so I would need help. But I would like to do that here, and I would like to do it on my other channel as well. So that way, like Pamela, you're talking about, I'll do a video on how to create your ginger soda, and send it to me. Maybe there's a way that we can do it so that you can talk to the family, everyone, and share it. So you don't have to do a separate video unless you want to. But that way everybody gets to appreciate what you're sharing. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So maybe what we need to do is share something like that, or you can do it on your channel, and we can all come over and watch you. Okay. And Pamela says she has a prepping channel on Facebook, and once a month we do a live Google Meet where we talk and everyone can converse. Okay, that sounds good too. If you want to enter your information in the chat, that would be welcome. So you go ahead and do that. In the meantime, I'm going to get ready to sign off, family. I'm getting ready to sign off. So, anyhow, thank you so much. If you think that this is something that's informative and you feel the need to share, please share. If you are listening in and you have not subscribed, subscribe. Very, very early on with this channel, very new. All the folks that are here today are new with me on this channel. We don't have a whole lot of subscribers, but if you're new and you want to be a part of the family, please subscribe, like the video, and I'll try to once a week come and do some short and sweet. Here's what I got: things to keep the kids occupied, or something else that is considered a prep item, or maybe not even considered a prep item by most. There are some things that we can use, and some things that you don't even have to go out and buy. You probably have a lot of the things that I was bringing up right at home, and you just didn't think to add it to your prep list. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing once a week. So I will come back and do another one next week. Okay. Pamela's sharing with us that her let me see what her group. It's a Facebook group, family, and it's Black women who are preppers in the name. No, that is the name of the Facebook group. Sorry, I'm sorry. Black women who are preppers. So if you're interested in her group, joining her group, it's called Black Women Who Are Preppers. Thank you, Pamela, for sharing that. All right, family, I'm going to let you go. You go out and have the best day ever. Prep, 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 and continue to prep. Love y'all. Shalom.